Hello and welcome to TBC News. Our top stories tonight. Tazama declares 4.35 billion dividend to Tanzania.
And we will necessarily render every support that is required to make this project.
Tanzania set to host annual NGOs Forum 2024. Good evening, I'm Agnes Tuniga. You can also follow us live on our YouTube channel, TBC Online, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TBC Online. The government has received 4.35 billion shillings as dividends from the investment of the crude oil pipeline between Tanzania and Zambia, Tazama, following the organization declaring a profit of 52.25 billion shillings. Rehema Sebabili has more details.
This is the dividend declaration ceremony for Tazama crude oil pipeline, valued at 4.35 billion shillings to the government of Tanzania. Receiving the dividend in Dar es Salaam, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Energy, Dr. Doto Biteko, says talks between the government of Tanzania and Zambia are underway to build a new 24-inch long crude oil pipeline and to expand the Tazama pipeline.
Tazama is considering to construct another pipeline which will deliver 5 million metric tons per annum. I want to assure the board and the government of United Republic Tanzania stand with you for this project, and we will necessarily render every support that is required to make this project possible.
On the other hand, the Registrar of the Treasury, Nehemiah Mchechu, insists that for about 5 years, the Tazama has never provided any dividend to its shareholders, stating that the funds will be directed to the implementation of energy projects.
In 58 years of Tazama, and in 15 years of a dry period for shareholders, that today we are getting a dividend. It's not about the significance of today, but also the amount and the amount of profit that this company has made. And for the new direction of business that they've taken, which indeed it gives us a very strong confidence that they will continue making more profit. The company has converted its property or its pipeline from pumping crude feedstock to pumping finished product.
We want to demonstrate that actually these countries can not only cooperate politically, we can also cooperate economically. This is why we started Tazama, this is why we started Tazara. And it is very pleasing to note that also we are at a very advanced stage of improving Tazara also.
The chairman of the Tazama board said that the dividends are after the Tazama oil pipeline made a profit of 52.25 billion shillings.
The declaration of this dividend today is a clear indication of our commitment to delivering value to our shareholders. It is a recognition of the trust and confidence that you, our valued shareholders, have placed in us.
The Tazama crude oil pipeline started working 58 years ago and was constructed to transport crude oil from the port of Dar es Salaam into landlocked Zambia at an affordable, sustainable economic cost. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Rehema Sebabili, TBC News.
Tanzania expects to host the 4th annual NGOs Forum 2024 to be held from September 4th to 6th this year in Dodoma and expected to be attended by diplomats, representatives from NGOs and stakeholders, government top leaders and representatives from the private sector. Speaking in Dar es Salaam, the chairperson of the Council of Non-Government Organizations, Makala Jasper, says the meeting aims to share experiences and explore ways to improve the working environment for the non-government organizations when implementing various interventions in the society.
Kwa mwaka huu tunategemea ushiriki wa zaidi wa mashirika 2,000.
For this year, we expect the participation of more than 2,000 organizations in this annual forum, with participants coming from mainland Tanzania, Zanzibar, and invited guests from the various countries. Among the countries that have already confirmed their participation are Uganda, Zambia, Malawi, Ethiopia, as well as various embassies in the country and international organizations that are also expected to participate in this forum. The theme for this year's forum is non-government organizations are key stakeholders. They should be involved in promoting good governance. As previously mentioned, this forum will take place from the September 4th to the 6th of 2024 in Dodoma. We would like to invite everyone from all NGOs in the country, as well as the general public, to participate in this important forum, which is crucial for the broader development of the NGO sector in Tanzania and the overall development of our country.
Na maendeleo ya nchi yetu kwa ujumla wake.
Biteko expects to grace the climax of the forum, which will involve more than 2,000 local organizations and representatives from Uganda, Ethiopia, Zambia, and Malawi. The Southern African Development Community, SADC, in Nigeria has identified innovation and close ties as key to unlocking opportunities for sustainable economic growth and development towards an industrialized Africa. Here are more details.
The acting Tanzania ambassador in Nigeria, Judika Nagunwa, made the remarks during the Southern Africa Development Community's 32nd anniversary celebration in Abuja, Nigeria, insisting that Tanzania and Nigeria has historical ties that could be impacted to the rest of the community.
Our message is, let's celebrate SADC. Today we are here to celebrate the SADC Day. We were here to celebrate the people and the culture from the SADC, and also not like to let you know because everybody knows SADC, but just to remind you, like a polite reminder that SADC is here and SADC is welcoming you to tap the opportunities that we have, being in tourism, being in economical, in any other sector. People from Nigeria, our brothers and your sisters, are welcome to the SADC region.
Similarly, the High Commissioner of the Republic of Botswana to Nigeria, Phildanani Kereng, says the event provides a platform to showcase the continent's diverse cultural richness. She said that it also positions Africa as a region of excellence and innovation, encouraging cultural exchanges and cross-cultural learning opportunities between different African countries and regions. Furthermore, the Director General of the Voice of Nigeria, VON, Jibrin Ndache, says the media is in the best place to project Africa's narrative to the world, and here there is also a need to create opportunities for Africans to experience the beauty and diversity of the continent firsthand.
We have the responsibility to continuously build positive narrative all about our own country, and I would like to offer Voice of Nigeria platform for the all SADC countries. We are willing to work with you to offer our platforms in consistently telling positive narrative about Africa. And finally, I like to say this, and this is what I say wherever I have such opportunities. We are not saying the African continent is perfect. We are not saying that there are no issues of either political, economy, or security challenge. But that is not what defines us. What defines us as Africa is the dance from the Angola, or the Angolan folklore, is the various destination. It is the beauty. It is what you see in the MC of the event, the beauty of what you represent.
The Vice-Chancellor of Muhimbili University of Health and Allied Sciences, MUHAS, Professor Apolinari Kamuhabwa, says that the Transforming Health Professions Education in Tanzania, TET, project has made success to produce professionals to teach potential professionals in the health sector. Emmanuel Samuel reports.
Professor Kamuhabwa gave the remark during the Grant Symposium and the launching of Tanzania Health Education Academy, THE, which brings together stakeholders to discuss how the project will be used to produce more productive professionals for the nation.
As the Vice Chancellor of MOAS and as a member of academic staff, I must say that as an institution, we have benefited a lot from the accomplishment of this consortium. This project is a continuation of the project of the collaboration between MOAS and the University of San Francisco, which started, I think, around 2013, 2010. And I remember I was one of the beneficiaries of this collaboration, where I was trained as health educator. So this continued to this consortium where teachers, academic staff are trained to be teachers. So I must say at MOAS, and I believe in other partner institutions, we have already created groups of educators, which is a very key, especially in competence-based curriculum. So this is one of the achievements. So we have a group of trainers, and these people are available to be called upon to train in any other institution that provide a sciences education.
Addressing the conference, the Director of Higher Education from the Ministry of Education, Professor Peter Msofi, says the health professionals should be trained according to the advancements of science and technology so that they can be helpful in solving challenges emanating from the health sector.
So a doctor that is trained today needs to be very, very articulate on how to handle the pressure of somebody who comes thinking that they know what their problem is, but still come to you for confirmation of what they think their problem is. That is what is happening, because even I, when I go to the doctor, I have already Googled. So, yes, you need to learn how to deal with that as well, apart from the fact that health problems now have really shifted a lot.
The coordinators of the project says other main goals of the project is to reduce the gap of the number of professionals needed in the health sector, including young researchers in the health sector.
By the end of the day, we are assuming that there will be issues that will be acquired by other institutions in terms of scaling up. And before you came, Honorable Chairperson, we had this presentation which was about the history of competency-based education in Tanzania, gathering experiences from what happens across the world.
We are creating teachers who can help students to develop quality research and conduct it, as well as analyze and write up from their research activities.
KCMC, Bugando, Muhimbili University of Health and Allied Sciences, MOHAS, are among of these universities involved in the project. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Emmanuel Samuel, TBC News.
The National Economic Empowerment Council, NEC, calls on women's groups, youth and special groups involved in the tourism, business, agriculture and other sectors in Kilimanjaro region to be more creative in their business models, and the council is ready to empower them to excel more in their economic activities. The call has been made by Ben Issa when the Economic Empowerment Program, named after President Samia Suluhu Hassan, was being launched in Kilimanjaro region, insisting that the region has many opportunities, especially in the sectors that the program aims to empower.
Right now, there are many tourists after Mama Semia's Royal Tour. So a lot of people are coming to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. Therefore, among the opportunities to strengthen the economy with Mama Samia is how we welcome and take care of these tourists while they're here in our country. Right now, I'm called to various events to sell juice. Whenever there's an event, even like a marathon.
We have learned a lot, and we have seen that this will be a reason for us to uplift ourselves economically. This program will help me in my activities because I am a small-scale entrepreneur who wants to improve my economic situation.
The National Economic Empowerment Council, through the IMASA program, is in the process to offer trainings to women's group youth and special groups and have their records into the database and thereafter be empowered to excel their businesses and entrepreneurship activities. Young people in the country have been urged to invest in agriculture, including exploring reliable fruit markets to save 44 to 60% loss of fresh fruit and vegetables. Here is the report prepared by Sechelela Kongola and read by Faithangaga.
The call has been made by the Assistant Administrative Secretary for Economy and Productivity in the Arusha region, Daniel Loiruki, during special training conducted by the Alliance for Green Revolution Africa, AGRA, to young people, insisting that fresh fruit and vegetable loss is significantly huge. Hence, there is a great need to find reliable markets.
There are 4 main areas that have to be emphasized. First is to strengthen young people's skills, capital, and the availability of the land. Second is to make sure that there is a platform for porous discussion among youth, policy makers, and other stakeholders from the agriculture sector.
The leader of Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa, AGRA, in the country, Dorcas Mwakowi, says Agri-Tanzania for the next 5 years plans to work hand in hand with the government through the Building a Better Tomorrow project to ensure that until the year 2030, more than 30 million young people secure employment through agribusiness.
To working in Agri-Tanzania in the next 5 years, to create jobs for youth and young women to a tune of 300,000. This is in line with the BBT government agenda of creating jobs for youth and young women to a tune of 3 million jobs by 2030. Why are we doing all this? We are doing all this because we all know that in Africa and Tanzania included, the youth population.
The Morogoro District Commissioner, Musa Kilakala, urged various development stakeholders in the country to continue to collaborate with the government and produce projects that will improve people's lives. He made the call during the handover session of water wells donated by the Turkish Embassy in Tanzania earlier today. Peter Mganga has prepared the following report.
It is water well project with a length of more than 70 meters, and here the District Commissioner of Morogoro explains how the Turkish Embassy helped to achieve this project, as well as appreciating the great contribution of Morogoro stakeholders in fostering the development of society. I'm very grateful to see this cooperation between Tanzania and Turkey, especially in our region. Also, I'd like to congratulate different stakeholders for continuing to bring development in Morogoro region through implementation of various projects. On the other hand, the Turkish ambassador in Tanzania, Dr. Mehmet Golglu, vows to continue to cooperate with Tanzania in various sectors.
Now also in Morogoro, it is not an official visit. Some of the Turkish NGOs are opening water wells, and today I'm just participating in them. Thank you very much for all Tanzanian and Turkish organizations and the donors from Turkey. We are very happy to see this brotherhood between Tanzania and Turkey. And inshallah in the future we will see much more relations and much more projects in Tanzania.
Furthermore, some of the beneficiaries who were students of Tungi Estate Secondary School explained the benefits of the water project sponsored by the Turkish Embassy in Tanzania.
We thank the government of the Republic of Tanzania and the Turkish Embassy for bringing this water project. We are relieved to find this water project, and we believe this project will add value in our studies.
Currently, the project in the municipality of Morogoro has been successfully implemented in 3 schools with a total cost of 28 million, and it is expected to save more than 3,000 students in the district of Morogoro. Peter Mganga, TBC News, Morogoro.
The Deputy Commissioner of Police from Border Management Branch, DCP Daniel Nyambabe, has handed national flag to female police who has been selected to participate in a special training for female police officers in the United States from September 1st to 5th this year. Handing over the flag in Dar es Salaam earlier today, DCP Nyambabe says the police officers will attend training on how to control cross-border crime, which will involve participants from more than 64 countries, urging them to maximize on the training. He furthermore insists that the training will steer much-needed changes, especially at this digital age, instructing the Tanzanian female police officers to create network that will be of value in fighting against crime and building the individual capacities. Before we wind up our local news tonight, let us now take a look at our today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. Time now for all the latest in international news. Here is international news compiled and read by Lulua Mohammed.
Wildfires has been spread across Brazil's most populous state, Sao Paulo, killing 2 people. The fires have prompted the highest level alert to 30 cities and filled the skies with smoke. More than 30 cities are now on high alert. At least 7,300 government workers and volunteers have been deployed in various areas to contain the blaze. The government is investigating the cause of the fire that broke out on Friday. Bangladesh is still facing floods where nearly 5 million people are stranded and at least 20 people have been killed. Flood waters have destroyed homes, agricultural lands, roads, and critical facilities. The government said rescue and relief efforts are underway. The floods have devastated 12 districts in Bangladesh, where more than 1 million people have left with no electricity, water supply, and mobile networks. According to the Global Climate Risk Index, Bangladesh is among the countries most vulnerable to disasters and climate change. An armed group linked to Al-Qaeda, Jamaat Nusrat al-Islam wal-Muslimin, has claimed responsibility for what it says was an attack that killed up to 200 people and injured at least 140 in central Burkina Faso. The attack took place on Saturday in the region of Basaloro, about 40 kilometers north of the strategic town of Kaya, which analysts said is home to the last standing force protecting the capital, Ouagadougou. Fighters opened fire on teams of people digging trenches designed to protect security outposts. Several soldiers were missing after the attack, and the attackers took weapons and a military ambulance. Burkina Faso has severed its ties with Western countries such as France that had been involved in helping the country's security forces tackle armed groups.
That was international news. Sports news up next. And in sports news, Taifa Stars interim head coach Hamed Selemani says the national team current plan to ensure that Taifa Stars qualifies for the AFCON 2025 tournament so as to deepen a competitive environment for the team in the competition. Head coach Morocco believes that the squad of 23 players selected for the 2 AFCON 2025 qualifying matches are ready for the challenge.
The matches are coming one after another, and we don't have much time to prepare. From the 2nd to the 4th, we have matches, and as of now, we have players who are in top form. So when you compare this squad with the players who are playing, we can participate in AFCON in 2025 and even in 2027. Our goal is to win.
The squad is without the captain, Mbwana Samata, and Simon Msuva, and the interim coach says the absence is due to their personal reasons. Taifa Stars will start training August 28th to gear up for the two major continental clashes against Ethiopia on September 4th and Guinea on September 10th. Simba Queens head coach Juma Mgunda says repeated mistakes and loss of concentration were the main reasons for their semi-final defeat to Police Kenya and being eliminated from the Sekafa tournament. Mgunda adds that they won't point fingers at anyone at the moment, but however, they regret not achieving the goals this season of playing CAF Women Champions League.
We lost
the match today, and there's no one to blame. Although we made many mistakes that led our loss in the semi-final, all of these were within our control. We repeated many errors that cost us the game. To those who watched the match, I want to take this opportunity to admit that we are responsible for this result. We made football mistakes that our opponent capitalized on them. In the end, it cost us. And as a coach, I take responsibility because the players who made those mistakes are part of my team.
Simba Queens will now play Kawampe FC in search for third place in the 2024 Sekafa competition. That is sports news, and now before we conclude the news bulletin for tonight, let's take a look at our weather update for the next 24 hours.
Hello viewers, this is Amina Saleh from Tanzania Meteorological Authority. Welcome to Zone 4 Weather Forecasting starting from tonight. The wind is expected to flow at the speed of 30 km per hour over the entire coast, and the state of the sea is expected to be rough. Over the Lake Victoria and Lake Tanganyika, the wind is expected to flow at the speed of 30 km per hour. The state of the lakes are expected to be moderate. Over the Lake Nyasa, the wind is expected to flow at the speed of 20 km per hour, and the state of the lake is expected to be slight. Tanzania Meteorological Authority had issued an advisory of large waves reaching 2 meters for the northern coast. And for tonight, over the extreme northern coast, which include Tanga and islands of Unguja and Pemba, are expected to feature partly cloudy conditions, light rain showers over a few areas. And the rest part of the country are expected to feature partly cloudy conditions. Also, the cooler condition is expected in most part of the country, and the minimum temperature is expected to be 9 over Njombe region. For tomorrow, parts of Lake Victoria Basin, which include Kagera and Mara, are expected to feature partly cloudy condition, thunder showers over a few areas, and sun period. Over the northern coast and northern Morogoro are expected to feature partly cloudy condition, rain showers over a few areas, and sun period. And the rest part of the country are expected to feature partly cloudy conditions. Now let's have a look on 4 days weather forecasting. Over Dar es Salaam, maximum temperature is expected to be 30. Dodoma, dry condition with the minimum temperature 14 is expected. Mbeya, dry condition with the minimum temperature of 12 is expected. Mwanza, maximum temperature of 31 is expected. Kilimanjaro, dry condition is expected with the minimum of 18. Morogoro, mainly dry condition is expected. Arusha, dry condition with the minimum temperature of 14 is expected. From Tanzania Meteorological Authority, thanks for watching and have a good night.
That marks the end of our news bulletin for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I'm Agnes Tuniga, and good night.
Tangazo.